I'm here for the good time on a long time. Hello again. Welcome back on my YouTube channel. I'm back again with another video. Okay, this video was actually inspired by someone that I actually stopped watching. Why? Because like she said something like the thing is about people, we tend to, they are giving you us new wisdom. They are giving us a homework. They are giving us um, something to talk about, like giving us content, like giving us content. Why? Because it's part of life. We're connected. We are meant to have our own perspective about something, and that's why sometimes you find people who don't agree with you, and that is okay. Because why do you so care so much about every time you find people agree with you? And like it's not healthy because people are different. And yes, as I said, this was inspired by that tarot reader. She said something like of course the part that I do agree with her. She said something like um a narcissist word should be banned. She said a lot of people are using the word narcissistic in a wrong place, and they're saying people are narcissistic. But so I do agree with that. Like the word narcissist, people are talking about narcissist everywhere. I even did. Like the thing is with people, they're talking about narcissist to the point that they are like, for example, they say Jada Pinkett Smith is a narcissist. I don't get that energy from her like at all. Like I don't. Like she's have her own way, but I don't get a narcissist from her like at all. Like I do agree with the part that say people are using this word in a wrong way, like they're using like labeling everything as a narcissist, which is true. I do agree with that. I've seen that. I agree with that point. But the fact that she said the word should be banned, I have issue with that. Like at all. Like why do you want it to be banned? Why it should be banned? Like at all. She said something like you're supposed to have which is something that I had a disagreement with one of a person on a comment section in one of a couples that talk about. They said something like, you're not supposed to diagnose someone with a word narcissist until you have a degree or some sort of like a certificate in order for you to diagnose with people. The thing is, the information is out there. You just, if you have experience in narcissistic abuse, you just know someone who's displaying those behavior, and you just be like, okay, this person is a fucking narcissist, and then baskets, you move. So this person gave me something to talk about, and I was like, you know what, I've been thinking about this, but as much as I've been thinking about it, but I've never like put effort to the point that I think I need to make a video about it. No, I just like, okay. So there is a reason why a lot of people are talking about narcissist. There's a reason why a lot of topic and narcissist, because why the word narcissist came back like years back. It's just that my phone, my network is bad. I'll just wanna Google that. Who came across with the word narcissist? Which psychologist who to describe all the. But I know that the narcissists are evolving, which is something that I need to talk about next time. So I'm talking about like you just know like people are on it, but back in the days it was not something that was that much, so it's information that we didn't know about. It's the same thing with what I like to see, even though I don't want to get involved that much. This case about John Depp and well as ex-wife, I forgot her name. So it's a case that went viral. It's a case that a lot of people were talking about. It's a case that was a distraction to a lot of people. But for me, yes, I didn't go through it. But I like that thing that happened, because a lot of people like to focus on women as if men don't exist. I'm not saying that it's wrong, because there's a reason why we focus on women. But the thing is, there are plenty of men who got abused by women, but we don't talk about it. We are plenty of narcissistic mothers, which we a lot of celebrities try to warn us about, but we didn't get that information. The reason that why narcissists are being talked about now is because it's something that a lot of people need to be aware of. Even narcissists are aware of. They trying by all means to talk about it. They're giving content to, like, there is a like I even love like they are giving, like, a lot of nurses have awareness now that they are actually nurses, because they people have that knowledge, ma, like, you know what, this person is a narcissist, and they stay away from them. Some, they tell them that you're a narcissist, so I don't think I can be around you because of the certain behavior that you display. Because most of the narcissists don't believe that they have to try to cooperate with people, they have to be healthy. They all think people own them anything. Just like Kanye West, I'm 100% Kanye West, no, he's a narcissist. I'm 100% sure of that. Like, I'm 100% sure, because why? That information is something that came way back by Amber Rose, if I'm not mistaken. I think she called him out about it and partying, even though I'm not sure whether she said it like a narcissist, but she called him out for the partying. But the fact that a lot of people are talking about, it's a good thing. I don't see why it should be banned, why it should be banned. But a lot of people need to understand. Even now, I'm talking about someone who's still googling what is actually wrong with my boyfriend, what is wrong with my girlfriend, what is wrong with my husband, why my husband. Like, the minute you start googling a behavior of a narcissist, just know you're in it, you're on it. Because what if this information was not brought out, we wouldn't know. For me, I found out like that, the word narcissist, I didn't have any kind of way of knowing. I was just googling this behavior. I was traumatized trying to understand. The thing is, I broke up with the guy a year ago, but I was still trying to finding out, not like a year, probably 6 months, but I was still trying to find out what was it, why they behave the way they behave, why that. But it's so common, like it's something that I experienced. But why, like, I had to find out on internet. Just think about if that information is something that is no longer accessible, just because we believe that it's something that should be banned. A lot of people are going through it. There is a reason why it's something that we speak about. Was a reason why John Depp, as well as ex-wife, were public. Yes, they were public figures, and their case happened to be public. It was sorted out public. It was something that was live. It's something that I don't know who was wrong, who wasn't, but I do know both of them have their own toxicity. But of course, with the narcissist, there's gonna a lot of extremely traumatic behavior with them. But I don't know, I'm not labeling anyone as a narcissist between those two, because I'm not guided to make judgment on them in any manner. I'm just like, the thing is, I like what happened. I just like the fact that it went public. I just like the fact that, because a lot of people just talk about their toxic mothers, like for example, is it Drew Bell? Drew Bell, like, is it from a movie that went popular. Like, she done a lot of movie, like Charlie's Angel. Is it Drew, that woman? She mentioned about the abuse about her mother, the relationships he had, but a lot of people didn't know about that. I didn't know about. I didn't have that information about toxic mothers. I didn't have. I needed that. I needed that information. A lot of people needed that. A lot of people who were still coming out and talking about being abused by their mother. It's something a lot of people try by all means to, because how can a mother give you a bed to you, and put you in your in their house, hey, like put you through shit. But it's acceptable when they're talking about men who are assholes, but they don't want to talk about mothers who are assholes. They believe that a mother is supposed to is only an asshole when they kick you out, when you are probably, or maybe they put you on adoption whatsoever. They don't understand mother can be toxic in while you staying with them. They don't have to, but obviously they'll have to show up a face like they're happy, like you are they like their best mothers, that like they're most complimented even. Like, I like to believe healthy mothers, they really like know that they're healthy mothers. Like, they know that they are trying so hard, but they don't go about acting like they're doing, because sometimes they don't know what their kids want. They are constantly trying to understand their kids, like they're constantly trying to make their kids to communicate. They're constantly trying by all means. But next is mother, they're like, I'm the best, like do you know, like, I'm the best, I'm the smart. Like, it's okay to know that you're smart, but there's this arrogance with them that you don't understand. Like, and a lot of people compliment them. I don't know how they manage to manipulate a lot of people to the point that people don't see that. Like, and you have to shut up because you will see yourself as a bad person, because they don't know what is happening on the background. Like, they don't know your story. They don't know how your life. They don't never walk your own shoes. Like they've never been in your own shoes. They don't know what you went through. They don't know how a lot of mother can dispose. Like right now, a lot of people are coming out talking about toxic mothers. A lot, like it's beautiful. Like I know it's a trauma that a lot of people don't talk about, but I like the fact that a lot of people are talking about it right now. A lot of people, they don't get judged by whenever they're coming out now. That in the past, like there's no way a mother can uh give you a shelter at the same time, carry you for 9 months. They will have aborted you. Who said people abort kids is because they hate their kids? It's because they are not ready. Like what the fuck? They are not ready, or maybe they don't want a kids right now. Like as I said, like it's like that, or maybe they never wanted to have kids at all. So I don't know. Like people assume that there is no way a mother can carry you for 9 months and be a hateful towards you. A mother can fucking hate you, and they put you in the best school whereby you won't even see. A lot of people won't even see it. Whenever you're coming out, you seem like an ungrateful kid. Like, yo, she's so ungrateful. Like, do you know how her mother, like, she's the best, like, maybe a best actor. Like, she's the best. There's no way she can be that toxic. Like, come on, like, humans. If you never walked that shoe, if you've never been in someone else's shoes, learn to shut up, or maybe do your research or ask question instead of trying to make other people's trauma it's something that never happened. You don't know anything about them. You don't. So there's a reason why a lot of people are talking about narcissism, because a lot of narcissistic behavior is something that we are outgrowing. We are outgrowing a lot of things. We are outgrowing entertainment industry, how much they try by all means to make us seem like it's a fantasy. A lot of people are talking about it. Like for example, DMX, there was an interview that I watched, like I think it was years ago. I don't know whether it's an interview or documentary. DMX, the late DMX, he talked about it, but in talk about it in the most like it's a satanic thing, blah 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 blah. Maybe that's how we view it because his better perspective. But for me, it was more like it was eye opening. Like a lot of things are happening in the entertainment industry, and there's high possibility a lot of people like singers that we know that we consider them as dead. Some of them are not dead. It's because they sign contract that will make them to disappear once they become popular, once they're in that phase, because they probably it's a disagreement, or maybe they end up being killed. I don't know, but there's so much that is happening in on the entertainment industry that we don't know about. There's so much toxicity to the point that Chloe Bailey, the girl with locks, the what is a hate song, but she's a new thing. She's a new thing. Like even though she's been on it with her sister Haley, what? Oh gosh, have mercy, like Haley, that song, that girl, she was trying to warn people about how entertainment industry suck the energy out of them. But Jay-Z was saying she's talking too much. She's talking too much. Why? It's narcissistic. She's talking about a narcissistic abuse that is happening on the entertainment industry, and they're telling her to shut up. Why should she shut up? Why? Why? If it's not bad, why should she shut up? Why should she shut up her trauma? Why should not talk about things? Because people who enter in on the entertainment industry, they are going about with that fantasy, because there's no such a thing as fantasy. The only time we treat fantasy is when we want to escape. But whatever job, there's no fantasy. Even if you get the best job, it doesn't mean you're not gonna experience hardship through people with co-workers, with bosses, whatever. People abuse power. People abuse the position that you're in. People, they don't have to have a position, they just have to be the same level as you and in employment area, and then they have to be mean. Like there's no such a thing as fantasy. But it's okay to create that, to escape, but yeah, we do that, and I might do that sometimes. So it's something like that. So yeah, like there is a reason why. It's because we are outgrowing, we are educating each other. I wouldn't have known, I would have thought I have issues myself if I didn't know. Yes, I had my own trauma, I had my own way, but like to the fact that I have to google something and get that information, it was a blessing. Just think about that being eliminated, not being found on the internet. What about other people who still gonna have to, who are still going through it? because we need to have awareness. We need to have even those narcissistic, some they're still searching for people who don't know about narcissist. That's why when a narcissist see that you are not being manipulated, and even if you're calling them out, they, like for example, there's this guy, I was like, yo, I was talking to him and everything, like blah blah blah. And the next thing, he started displaying this behavior, which he did initially. It's just that, sometimes I like to giving people chances. So when he did that, and I was like, okay, I just like, he couldn't manipulate the shit out of me, he couldn't run game on me. And I was like, mind you, it's not even 10 minutes we are engaging, and I was like, I just like questioning his, like, the nigga just blocked me. Like, he disappeared, he blocked me. Like, I mean, like, he blocked me. Like, I'm talking about this person, we had happened to be on WhatsApp, and he just blocked me. I was like, what? Like, I was kind of glad the fact that he's not running game off me, but the fact that he see that I see through him, and my question bother him. Like, he just like 10 minutes, like that conversation. I don't think it lasted for 10 minutes. That how much now I'm able to see things compared to who I was in the back in the days. I was like, I am getting like a bad vibe, but I was still content. But I was getting a bad vibe, and I need to question whatever. I'm no longer like keeping it, because it's bother me. The fact that I have to keep it, it will content bother me. I need to question it in order for it to happen, in order how it turn up. And I was like it just like, okay, okay. So there is a fucking reason why people are talking about, because at the end of the day, they need to stop behaving the way they are behaving. I know it's something that they will never change. I know that they will never change at all. They will never change their ways and whatsoever. But I like to believe there are awareness, because there was a time that I came across information whereby a father had like, there was a time whereby I came across information whereby a daughter telling her story about her father being a narcissist and attending therapy. Of course, they don't help. They don't have psychologists, don't help whatsoever. The dude had money, like a lot of money, but he behaved like he doesn't have money, and he's not providing. He's allowing his wife to do everything. He's not helping at all. He's just being a lynch. No, like, he had a lot of money. Like, they didn't even know that his father had a lot of money. So the woman was doing everything, like everything. The dude was not having helping it up, even at home, with cooking, with anything. Like, he just stay and wait for his wife to come and bring food. And mind you, their daughter is already a teenager. He's still doing that. So the daughter was talking about it, and they went to therapy. And of course, the father is still struggling with, because nurses don't like to help, nurses don't like to be helpful in any manner. So he was constantly like, they have to push him to do things. He would do it, he would complain, he would do it, like he would complain, like so yeah. And I mentioned before that I did come across some videos whereby they're talking about awarenesses, but I don't know, I don't wanna drag be on that, because like Kanye West is another example that I know he's aware of it, him being a narcissist. Like, he's very much aware, because people did call him out when there was this thing about him being mean to ex girlfriend, I mean ex-wife, new boyfriend, Peter, something like that. Hey, they called him out for that. So there's high possibility that he's aware of his shit, but he will never. Did he change? Did he change? Will he change? No. Nurses don't change. They can change. They can fulfill whatever goals they have, because they also have goals. They also have life. They love money. They will have money, but some, they don't want to work. They just lazy bums who just, nurses are totally lazy. Like, lazy. They're lazy to put effort in anything. They're lazy to do anything. Even if they do, like, musically, because yeah, Kanye was a musician. Like, his music, I'm not gonna lie, I do have music that I don't like from him, but I do have music that I like from him. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I would say, like, I like his sneakers. I'll be lying if I say I don't. Like, I'll be lying that I don't have anything that I like from Kanye West. I'll be lying. Like, I have things that I don't like about him, but I have things that I like. But obviously, something like I do like his brand. Like, I do. Like, I don't know. I have a thing for shoes that I actually like. That I just know that I do. So yeah, niggas are like that. That's why most of the time people, even future, like, I like the fact that he produces music that I've been waiting for. He know that he's a toxic king. Like I like that he's being open about it. There was a time that I had a conversation with my narcissist brother. You know what? Like, I was telling him how about I don't like him doing this and this and that and that and that, and then he was like, "What's wrong with being like that? What's wrong with being a narcissist? Hmm? What's wrong with that? I like being a narcissist. I like controlling people. I like having my own way. I like doing people to listen to me, even if it means demanding. I like people to be. I like to people under my what do you call my palm, like my. I like them being raw. Something like that. It's that I like them being alive. Like, you know what? It was the first time that I had something click. Like, as much as I don't like them, there's a reason why they were born. There was a reason why they had to be nurses. Obviously, for our own growth, I had made a video about nurses, enemies being our creators, why we should use them. I'm not saying your soul won't be shattered dealing with those people. You will be shattered, like, at like you won't even feel like you have a strength to go back. You won't even feel like, it's one of the hellest thing. Like, it will traumatize the shit or some of them. Some people will never recover. I think there's a reason why I don't want to get married or have, like, I'm just like, I'm still healing. I've healed, but I just know that, like, putting people back in my life, it will be one of the, but I'm using discernment. I'm not gonna punish new people with my own personal experience. I'm giving people chances until I've, like, I'm like, okay, but I know now I'm attracting better. I know now I can see, but the fact that I had to see people, like, in 10 minutes in engagement with them, that this person is like this, because that person I met on a dating app, and I was like, I'm thinking of deleting. There's so many people who are like, on a dating app. It's one of the hell thing, like, your dating app. I okay, so yeah, things like that. And I was like, okay, so we should talk about the fact that that woman talk about that the tarot reader. I'm grateful that she did, because now I have something to talk about. And you know what? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I don't agree with you, sis. I don't. But I understand. I respect your perspective, but I don't. I agree with the fact that people use it in the wrong way. People are labeling other people as nasty. I don't. I don't agree with that either. But there are plenty of things that I do agree with, the information being brought out. I don't agree with you saying that people are supposed to have medical blah 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 safety kit on the foot to diagnose other people as a narcissist. No, no, I don't agree with that. I don't. I don't. I didn't have to go to therapy to find out that word. I had to find out on the YouTube, on the internet. After Googling behavior, I needed that way. It was meant for me to be. There are plenty of people who I came across in support, like narcissist survivor, narcissist abuse survivor, that I came across, who explained the same thing, who told me that they found out like that, and I was like, the universe will work in a most mysterious way. If that information is out, how about other people? Just because you find out they're narcissist, this and that, it doesn't mean it should be something that be terminated just because you feel like it's supposed to be terminated. The fact that a lot of people have awareness, they know that because now we're moving in a different energy universally. We are growing, like, in a way that we, like, things that have been done by our the generation before us and the generation before us is different. Now we are constantly growing, as well as things that are happening, because the information was not there. Now it's there. The fact that now more mothers, people who are abused by narcissistic mothers are coming out, and people who are abused by women are coming out. It's a good thing. The information is needed. People need that. It's something that is very much needed. So thank you guys for liking, for subscribing, or for watching my content. Bye.